Let's go. Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me, cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get a topic straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Tick for Project Open Mic. Hope you guys are doing well this lovely November the 4th, I should say. Hope things are going well with you. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So again, I want to thank people out there. I want to thank people who are watching through Facebook, through Tempo FM, through Twitch, through Live, through YouTube. Thank you guys for giving me your time and your ear. So let's get right down to the nitty gritty. All right, so let me put up my lovely face on the screen right there. Hope you guys are doing well. So we got some stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Tonight's show is called Poetic Justice. And the reason why it's called Poetic Justice because it's like really, some of it is like, it gets what it needs to be get. So, not surprising at all. But we know how that works out. So, make sure I got all the, like I said, see the chats and stuff. Even though, again, if anything pops up and you guys want to talk about it tomorrow on the side chat, just put it in the chat. Say, hey, we want to see, because basically now the way things are going is like, if a topic comes up good and you guys want to talk about it, we mostly let you guys respond, because on Project Over Mic is topical, of course. And again, like I said, I do not really just I don't let the chat talk whatever. So I want to say that. So tomorrow on the side chat, that would happen. Hopefully we might get a guest tomorrow. So hey, let's see what's going on. But I wanna I wanna say something up. So I'll turn this down a little bit before this music ends. I wanna say something. So again, now like I said, I got emails and stuff. I do get those things. I got a little few hate mails here and there, and I'm not gonna go. I want to put it as his own video, but I do want to say this, like, on a real note, people. Last week on side chat, of course, there was some stuff, and people always say, "Why don't I put the chat on the screen like other YouTubers and whatever?" Again, YouTube has a thing that says you're responsible for your chat and everything, so I don't put it on the screen so it could be screenshotted to do stuff. So I don't do that. And for the people out there, because when we're talking about President Obama, okay, you will call, like I said, I'll say it again, you will call the man a moron, you call him dumb, you can call him great, you can call him whatever you want to say. That's all right. But we do not promote here. Project Open Mic does not promote no acts of violence against nobody at all. Okay, crazy is crazy could be. We don't, and so I'm not gonna project that when people are saying that in the chat. I'm like, guys, you can't do that. That stuff like FBI and stuff will go through it and everything. So just saying that out loud. Be careful you put it in the chat. Be sensible. Like I said, I understand the right. I understand the anger. I totally understand it, and I'm right there with you. But we should not be doing craziness, okay? Just not. Just saying. So, with that said, let's get into some of these topics. So I want to get into one topic quickly, and then we're gonna get into this. Well, I say poetic justice and everything. So we had an election. Some states had elections. This is November 2nd, election day for a lot of states. They had elections, and a lot of things happen. But before we get into a lot of things that happen, sorry, I want to share this with you on the screen. This is from the AP. Not again, not no Fox, none of that. It's AP. Like I said, you won't see me bounce around the sources as I always do. Breaking news. 11 hours ago. Well, it ain't breaking news, but the Russian analysis who contributed to the dossier of the Democratic funded research. Remember, this is MSN and AP. Research into Russia between Russia and Donald Trump was arrested Thursday on charges of lying to the FBI about his sources and information, among them longtime supporter of Hillary Clinton. Yeah. Am I supposed to be surprised? No. Because I know what I was looking at, but just pointing out to people, yeah. When people was talking about, oh, we shouldn't do this, and saying like President Trump, oh, he's what you call it? He was he's working with Russia and all this stuff. Not from what, and I was like, yeah. Have you watched this stuff? Indicted in the third criminal case brought by Durham, the second in the 2-month span, is likely to boost complaints about Trump's allies as well as the connection to Democrats who behind the scene advance suspicion about Trump and Russia to contribute to the FBI election year investigation. Of course we do. But you go and figure it out. I just want to point that out for that second. So, with that said, I want to go. Let's talk about it. So we had, like I said, we had election. We had elected video in Virginia, state just above North Carolina. They were talking about Glenn Youngkin. They did every single thing to stop this man. He won. Just let anybody know, for those whatever outside America stuff. If you know the news, he's a Republican, won against the McAuliffe, who was the Democrat. He won. Youngkin won. But they throw everything against this man. This is why I said these people are getting crazier and crazier. They basically they had Democrats stand in front of his bus. You know what? Let me show you, because I don't want people to say, "Oh, no." I want to show you this for real. Because they did research on they went and found out, and it's like, really? You guys have no shame, nothing? And the answer is no, they have no shame. But let me put it on. Let me see here. Give me a second here, because I want to show you. I don't want to say that I'm making this up. I want to make this up. I am going to use this. To the Virginia. So remember, this is what happened over the weekend. This is how bad they were trying to throw this. Okay. So let's put it up.
Governor's race that is.
Oh, let me put this as well too. So, like I said, they throw everything. They throw Obama. They throw Biden. They throw Harris. They threw to go and stomp for them. They got, of course, the usual media people out there stomping for them. Okay, yes, but when that wasn't working, and also when McCollin said something stupid about parents should have no right to know what their kids are getting taught. Yes, they do. It's our kids. We know that. So you were stupid for saying that, which is dumb. And two, the Loudoun County thing when you're covering up stuff, that didn't help out. But no, they couldn't do. They went further than that. And let me point out this: Lincoln will be rolling in his grave. Lincoln will get up and beat these people. No violence. But I'm just saying, Lincoln will go to his grave and beat the Lincoln Project. The Lincoln Project ain't got nothing to do with conservative one or got to do anything with Republican. Just to be honest with you, I'm just dealing that. I'm not a person for that because I could call out some, as I've done it many times before. And you're gonna hear me when I want to say something in this as well too about the Republicans because you're stupid. But the Lincoln Project is not that. They're literally corporatist, rich corporatist Republicans, neocons who like war, who likes money just as much as the Democrats. They are not conservative at all, at all. Just being that. I'll let the story go.
Nation, Republican Glenn Youngkin and Democrat Terry McAuliffe hitting the trail ahead of Tuesday's election. And the viral campaign hoax that everyone is talking about will probably hurt McAuliffe. The disgraced Lincoln Project, which has spent more than $250,000 on anti-Youngkin efforts, is now admitting that it orchestrated this stunt, sending this group to stand outside a Youngkin bus to pose as white supremacists with tiki torches.
Which is because the white supremacist tiki torches because of Charlottesville. That's a black guy. Wow, crazy white supremacists, and they're gonna be the topic of tonight. That guy, and that's a female, and all them because they can't help themselves because they're on Twitter, and Twitter's a cesspool. All of them are Democrats. Jeez, you people are just crazy.
McAuliffe's team quickly pounced on his rival, writing in a now deleted tweet, "The Unite the Right rally was one of the darkest days in the Commonwealth's history. This is who Glenn Youngkin's supporters are." All of this comes as a brand new Fox News poll shows that Youngkin is pulling ahead of McAuliffe by an 8-point margin, a huge shift from just 2 weeks before. And you can see there from the crowds for each candidate today that momentum is behind Youngkin, and it appears to be building from angry parents who are concerned about what their children are being taught in school.
Exactly.
I really like a lot of the things that he stands for, like getting rid of critical race theory, school choice.
Terry McAuliffe and his campaign implies that Glenn Youngkin supporters are white nationalists. Are you a white nationalist, sir?
Last time I checked, I'm brown skin. I want CRT out of our schools, lower taxes, and just to be free. With these crazy mandates, it's America.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it to that. So, of course, they won. They won. Youngkin's won. And, it's crazy, but that's what happened. So, I'm going to use somebody here. I'm going to have to skip over because I don't know the stuff. Use it to play, but it's just for the news stuff what happened.
Outcomes started to become clear. The usual confident and cool fake news anchors started to crack.
Just about everywhere, Terry McAuliffe is underperforming Joe Biden. So you say, okay, that's not fair.
This thing is crazy. Everything, Richmond, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Fairfax, because Arlington went red. All of them went red. That's how crazy it was. But again, let's just keep going.
Year. Is he underperforming Ralph Northam? I began the night saying he can. Ralph Northam won by 8-9 points.
The incumbent Democratic governor.
The incumbent governor. So Terry McAuliffe can underperform him as long as he doesn't underperform him by a ton. This is your live vote right now. Where are there counties where McAuliffe is underperforming Northam by more than 10 points?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Glenn Youngkin's Democrat opponent, Terry McAuliffe, ran on the ludicrous platform that parents shouldn't have any say in what's being taught to their kids in school.
I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach. I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decisions.
He also,
which was basically the news that basically cut him at the knees. All right, 1, 2. That clip you just used, that thing you just said right there. He said it live on the stage. This man went out and said, which I always ask about Obama, Trump, Biden, Harris. Like, do you guys not know that you're being recorded? He's like, I never said that. Sir, you said it on the debate stage, just like when Biden was like, we're not going to stop oil. I'm not going to take gas away. You said it on the debate stage. How? That's you that said, I'm not going, parents should not. And again, I get the little stance. I got the little stance. Don't get me wrong. That you don't want parents in that. But here's the thing, though. I want, as I said in my last podcast, which was episode 52, parents, you is your children. You go there and you go to those PTA meetings and you hold them, teachers and the school board. The school board itself, hold them responsible and liable for the crazy S that they be talking about. That's for sure. Okay. That part, yes, we keep us straight on that, because the stuff that they were teaching in these kids, no.
Kids in Virginia.
And I promise you, we've got to diversify our teacher base here in Virginia. 50% of the students at Virginia schools, K-12, 50% are students of color, and yet 80% of the teachers are white.
Okay. And as long as they do a good job, I don't care what color they are. As long as they're good people, I don't care what color they are.
We all know what we have to do in a school to make everybody feel comfortable in school. So let's diversify.
Diversity is a
Okay. When I went to Charlotte Tamale in St. Thomas, which is predominantly black people, my first semester, I had let's see, Miss Phillips, which was a white person, taught me art. Mr. Caldwell, which was a black guy, did music, no problem with that. Solomon, which was a black guy, he did phys ed. Miss Phillips, another Miss Phillips, she was an Asian people doing math. Go figure. Miss Todman, who was a black woman who did teach English. Miss Brandon was a white woman who teach science. Miss Span, who taught history, and she was a white person. So there was about almost that's diverse. But here's the thing. We're only 10% of the population. I mean, 13% of the population. So yeah, that's a problem. 30 to 15, to be honest. A population. That's where the problem comes in. And we don't care. But Poetic Justice is going to come true, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now.
the code word for less white people. Never forget that. Well, to be perfectly straight white people. Parents finally woke up and drew the line after learning that the public school system had started to indoctrinate children that white people are inherently bad and the cause of all problems in America.
And also saying that white people only say, like I said, CTR and White Fragility, that stupid book, also say that white people are they're the devils, but they also the saviors. And black and brown people are stupid. And they can't get no better without white people helping them. And then, again, I don't want to be pat on my head. I've said it multiple times. I'll keep on saying, I don't want to be pat on my head. I could do what I could do with myself. I came from many things to it's just weird. It's just annoying.
Of course, Joy Reid, that angry host over at MSNBC, thinks that they're racist.
And the exit poll showed that which was interesting, that the coronavirus or that the virus was a very
low
not importance to many of the voters there. It was education,
right,
which is code for white parents don't like the idea of teaching about race.
No.
What? What the fuck?
No, Joy, that's not what it is. You crazy old coot. No, it's not.
Voters do have anxiety about a changing America, right? That it is blacker, it is browner, people who didn't always have a say in what.
It's blacker? Browner, yes. Blacker, no. we still do horrible things to each other in the black community. And again, I don't speak for black people. Black people don't speak for me. You will hear that phrase is gonna come up when I show you something. That's a bad thing. But whatever.
Their children should read are now having a say. I mean,
that's interesting because the same people who are trying to force kids to have to take a black queer history class are the same ones who are getting Amazon to ban certain books that you're not supposed to even talk about. Books like MSNBC took the gubernatorial race in Virginia hard.
Is that still ominous? I think that the
and this lady right here, as I said, I'll call it out. She right here, she's a Republican. Sure, she is. Yeah. Let's make this stuff up. So if she's a Republican, she's also
you piece of loser.
Exactly, because I don't care what party you are. But anyway, let's hear what she got to say.
The real ominous thing is that critical race theory, which isn't real, turned the suburbs 15 points to the Trump insurrection endorsed Republican. What do Democrats do about that?
It doesn't exist. Oh wow, a lot of people just coming out of things not saying nothing, right? It doesn't exist. Yeah, right.
Well, for starters, you could stop blaming white people for all the problems in other lives. This Republican victory is quite significant because just 1 year ago, Joe Biden supposedly won the state of Virginia, and they brought out all the big guns, including Obama, to come and campaign for Terry McAuliffe, and it didn't work. Perhaps the pendulum is finally starting to swing back the other direction. Maybe we could call it the woke lash. Tell us, Camelface, what significance does this outcome have
You're
for
wrong.
the midterms next year and the next presidential election?
You see, what happens in Virginia will in large part determine what happens in 2022, 2024, and on.
That's right, white people.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What
Of course.
is that?
Of course, ma'am. That's how it works. That's how elections work. Oh boy. Ha. That is weird. That one is weird. That one pulled me. But again, all this stuff they're saying this is because of they're saying that you shouldn't be doing this because this is white supremacy. I was like, okay, so they won. So let me get this straight. Hold up for a second. Let me put my thinking cap on. So Yatkins won because of white supremacists, she says. Dog whistle. Let me see. Yatkin was going against McAuliffe. McAuliffe was white. So you were voting for white people, but one is a white supremacist while the whites just didn't want to vote the other white person. And oh wait, they also voted in a black woman? Get out of here. What you say, guys? And a Hispanic too? Wow, white people, you white supremacists, you're doing a bad job at this. You really are. You literally are. And the funny thing about it, our real white supremacist, Richard Spencer, said that Biden was a better choice, and said Biden has not done nothing wrong. They asked him, is anything you would like to say that Biden has not done right in his term? He said Biden has not done wrong except for the small and nitpicking by the Republicans. I'm like, what are you smoking, sir? But that's an actual white supremacist saying what he thinks about that. That's the part that killed me. So people who voted for the first black woman vice lieutenant governor, just like in North Carolina, where we have the first black vice president, but nobody want to acknowledge that. And I voted for the man, and he has done a good job, in my opinion, because he's keeping that CTR and all that crap out of school. Keep on fighting. All right? Y'all, That is just, you know, whew. That right there is just is too much for me to see how all you guys is just making this a little bit too much more than it needs to be. Because I voted for Mark Robinson, and he's done what he's supposed so far as best as he can. And remember, first black person, that's supposed to be something. Our governor is Roy Cooper, who is a Democrat, said, and he literally said black people cannot get nowhere, can't do that stuff. While he literally was saying this, a black man was behind him, the first black lieutenant governor, but black people can't get nowhere. What is that thinking that you guys do? I don't get that. I really, really do not get that. To me, that's crazy.
There's a path.
Because people are talking about all this. That's what I'm trying to say. What you gonna believe, you or your lying eyes? Because that don't make no sense at all. It doesn't. I don't know how that could be white supremacy stuff, but whatever. Again, I don't get it. But not me, not my situation. Remember,
racist at MSNBC. This guest host did her best to try to fill Joy's gigantic racist shoes.
This isn't about enthusiasm.
She's correct. But you know what? I want to say this. This was not about. Was she gonna say? I'm agree with her.
Isn't about Democrats not doing enough to exercise their base.
True.
And this definitely is not about messaging or even about beloved. This is about the fact that a good chunk of voters out there are okay with white supremacy. Let's call a thing a thing. Actually, scratch that. They are more than okay.
It's insanity.
What the heck are y'all people smoking? I'm serious. I don't get that. I really don't get that. Tiffany, that's the name of the lady just on the screen. Tiffany. No, it's not. And also, this is not a way for the Republicans. And they won a lot of things, and there was a clean sweep in a way in Virginia. But it's not that. You know, white people mostly voted for that. I'm just saying. You know why they voted? Because you people in the power got too freaking crazy. That's why. Y'all are nut jobs. Y'all are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's why they said, you know what? Nope. We can't have you crazies, whatever. Our little girls are getting hurt. You're protecting bad people. You're literally protecting criminals. No. But I just want to hear a little bit from here's a woman, God bless her, the first lieutenant governor for Virginia, black woman, power to her. And again, power to her. I don't care for the first really, but she stand on her policies. That's what I liked about it. That's why people went for it. But let's hear her talk a little bit.
So let's see if she's woman enough to do that. I'd go in a heartbeat and we have a real discussion without Joy speaking about me behind my back, if you will.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and she's from Jamaica, so I'm not surprised by that. Oh yeah, see, here you go. I want to. Yeah, there you go. I want to play it because I found it. The white supremacist thing, what you said, right? Okay.
On tax policy, that at this point they're dangerous.
They are slanderous devils.
You have to be willing to vocalize that these Republicans are dangerous. That this isn't a
like you Democrats. Both of y'all are dangerous. Both sides are bad. Y'all crazy.
Party that's just another political party that disagrees with us on tax policy. That at this point, they're dangerous. They're dangerous to our national security because stoking that kind of soft white nationalism, eventually leads to the hardcore stuff. It leads to the January
What?
6th stuff, because if people are tolerant of it in your party, they're tolerant of the soft racism, it's a really short trip to get to the January 6th insurrectionist place.
Speaking of white nationalists, Joy, Richard Spencer, the leader of the alt-right, voted for Joe Biden. That's not a joke, by the way. He really did. And I swear to God, he's not being sarcastic in this clip.
As someone just said in the chat, are you still voting for Biden? Yes, I'm voting straight Democrats. And that includes Joe Biden.
Not only did he vote for Joe Biden, but he thinks he's doing a great job.
Your thoughts on the Biden performance so far, since that is going to be the main gist of the debate, right?
This is your opening to defend the indefensible.
It's not indefensible by any stretch. I think the only criticisms of Biden that are given in good faith amount to nitpicking. Biden has absolutely exceeded my expectations.
You serious?
You must be serious, because that don't make no sense to me. But again, actual white supremacists saying that. Okay? Actual. So, just to, like I said, just to play that part up. So again, my point is, you guys were crazy. That's why people voted against you. All the crazy stuff that y'all put together, that's why they vote you. They toss you the bums, toss your bums out. I'm gonna play another clip of this black dude, whatever. I'm like, he's a man, but he's not an actual man. But I'm not gonna even go down that route. So, hey, and again, I like it. She came from Jamaica, came up here, became a business owner, was a Marine. All like I've said it many times before. Black people, blah, 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 blah. But why do black people, like me, my sister, the lieutenant governor for Virginia, and don't get me wrong, but we outperform black Americans by tenfold. That's something right. And when people say, "Oh, well, because the school, like the SATs is racist because, you know, Asia," I'm like, wait, so Asians could come on ACE it. I got a scholarship because I passed the SAT with a high score. So how come I could do it? And I'm black. Well, according to Joe Biden, I'm not black because I didn't vote for him. And he said, if I don't vote for him, you're not black. So I'm a white man in a blackface. Just, you know, I'm Asian in a blackface. Maybe that's what it is. Just saying. So that's how crazy it is. They voted for Yakins. They voted for a black woman. They voted for what was again the Hispanic was for district attorney. I don't know. You also know what's something too that's funny? When a lot of people voted, Minnesota, where all the stuff happened with George Floyd, God rest his soul, but I've said my piece about that, but whatever. Excuse me. But in Seattle, where they had 90 nights of rioting, and they talk about insurrection in January 6th. What about the 90 nights of people going into the Capitol building of Washington, literally barring, putting concrete on the doors, keeping the police inside, throwing fires in Molotov cocktails inside the building, so to hurt people. That one was not an insurrection, but January 6th was. I said, if January 6th is an insurrection, that's an insurrection. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep the same energy. Let's do that. 1 day, 90 days. I don't get how that worked out. Remember, and also let's not forget Seattle, where they cut out CHOP. Remember, white people came together, right? Remember all the stuff. They said, yes, we want minorities, we want the LGBTQ, we all that stuff, whatever. They created CHOP, Chaz, whatever it is. The first people who got killed the first 3 people got killed in there, and I did a video about this, were black people. Funny, we were for black people and marginalizing this and blah blah blah. But the first 3 people got killed by them white folks were black people. Something just don't feel right about that. weird on its own. Weird on its own. So I want to switch. So I want to switch to something quick, easy, fast. It keeps the theme going. Don't get me wrong. It keeps the theme going, but I gotta talk about it though. So shout outs to the Altanta Braves becoming the World Series champions. I am happy because I am an Altanta Braves fans. I remember back with Greg Maddox, John Smoltz. Those were the back in the days. Andres Galarraga, Andrew Jones. Oh man, Chipper Jones. And I was like, dang it, y'all get there, then you fault or whatever. So you took it 20 years, but you're back on top, and y'all won. So great that, including I forgot the guy who hit that home run that basically he jacked that ball. That Hispanic dude. He jacked that ball. Black Hispanic dude. Anyway, so great for them. I watched it pretty good. 6 inning in the 6 series, won it at in Houston. So, but I want to talk about something that's funny to me. Here's the funny part. And you can go and Google this too. The leader of the manager, whoever the guy is, the head of the base MLB, who got booed when he was given the he lucky he was in Houston and not in Atlanta. But he gave the what do you call it? Gave the trophy to the Altanta Braves. I'll say this. This is why I call it poetic justice, just like with how that happened with the election there. So let me get this straight. MLB. God rest his soul, Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was before he passed away after this, but he was supposed to be acknowledged by the Altanta Braves. The All-Star Weekend was in Atlanta, and they were going to acknowledge Hank Aaron in Atlanta for what he has done to baseball. But because of the lies that the people you just saw, the MSNBC and all them nut jobs said, because of that, and because it's the lies about the voting, the votes, the voting bill that got passed, I was like, wait a minute. You said that was horrible, racist, blah, 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 to use your crap. You took it, you came to Colorado. You say, we should not have the All-Star Weekend in Atlanta because this or whatever. So you took away Hank Aaron, a black man who contributed a lot to baseball. You took away his ceremony, but you're for black people, okay? You took it from a lot of black people in Atlanta to Colorado, where there's less black people and more white people. Okay. And then the laws in Colorado are way more stricter about voter IDs and everything than what Atlanta just passed.
What?
That's kind of weird. So you did all that stuff to Atlanta. Then you all want to say, don't change the name from Braves. A lot of Braves better not change that. That's good. Indian want to do that nonsense, whatever. Keep it Atlanta Braves, and yes, do the dang chop. Because the people, that is insensitive to Native Americans. Again, not really. Majority of Native Americans didn't care about the Washington Redskins because they're the ones who did it and wrote the theme and the song and drew the daggone thing. Was a Native American as well too. Indians, I don't get why that's a problem. Why they did that, but whatever. And Braves, no. So it's just poetic justice that the Braves came back and won the World Series. It would have been way better if they won it back in Atlanta, but hey, you take what you can take. So you did all that stuff against Atlanta, and they come back and they're the ones who because you see all that stuff, and that's representing your league. Ain't that poetic justice, man? That is funny. That is funny. So let's go into the other stuff that we need to talk about before talk about. New York City. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's go New York City. I want to go to New York City. Let's go to New York City.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So a lot of you have been.
I want to. A lot of people would like to watch my show, and I thank you guys for watching my show. Yeah, like my show because in most places I find the videos that some people don't want to see or pretend, and then of course break the mainstream media's narrative. Okay, and again, I have videos against Fox as well too. So don't even tell me that I think Fox is just as bad as the other one, but I gotta play all sides to know what the heck's going on. But I also get local people and to think what's going on. So this is a famous YouTuber here called Luis Rossman. Shout out to him. He is a computer tech guy and whatever. And I want to play some of the because in New York they're playing this stupid game, and also they just came out saying that by January 4th, if you have 100 people and jobs above 100 people, you need to get the mandate. Whatever. If you want to see the industry tank, you want to see the economy tank more and inflation go higher, that sure is going to do that. But the president, he don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't. I swear, somebody else is running that situation, and I'm gonna play a clip that shows awareness of that. But I want to give a shout out to Lee and let him talk about what's going on in New York. You know what? Let me play the thing clip first. Let me play the news clip first. Then let two fellow New Yorkers tell you what's going on in New York.
All over the city complain their trash has not been collected since last week. Mayor de Blasio believes it's a silent protest against his upcoming vaccine mandate. But with thousands of sanitation workers, EMTs, police officers, and firefighters still unvaccinated, even more essential services may soon be slowed down.
Come and get the damn garbage.
This Bay Ridge resident says the sanitation department is 2 days behind on trash pickup in his neighborhood.
We have raccoons, we have cats, we have stray dogs, we have possum, and they all get into the garbage.
He isn't alone. Garbage bags are piling up in parts of Brooklyn and Queens in what some suspect is a sanitation worker slowdown, protesting the upcoming vaccine mandate for city workers.
I'm assuming it is related to people expressing their views on this new mandate. You want to protest? Go protest. But when you're on the clock, you have to do your job.
Says the guy who painted Black Lives Matter in front of and put officers to protect a freaking...
You piece of loser.
How about what you did? What you did also, what you did was illegal because you didn't get permission to do what that do. You didn't get permission to put the Black Lives Matter thing on the pavement. And the thing about it is, it didn't do nothing because President Trump at the time was like, "Man, it's a public street. He could do what he want to do. Doesn't bother me." He's like, "Oh, you're supposed to be angry." He's not angry because it was stupid. And what you just said right there makes me even more. Please, yeah. I mean, he basically The new mayor cannot take over quick because jeez, this guy was he locked down people, but he went out. So he's one of those guys. He was a hypocrite, but like I said before, he don't care. Everybody stay in their house, but he and his wife went out there. Then he took money and bought property to say we're gonna house the housing people. He took taxpayers' money to buy hotels and buy land that he puts in his own name. So as soon as he comes out of governor, he's gonna sell those properties. According to how the market is right now, he's gonna make a lot of money by taking New York taxpayers' money to buy property and sell so he could pocket the money. That's he and Cuomo are the reason why I literally have this stinger.
You piece of loser.
Literally, why I got that, because that's what they are. And again, let's not forget, he released criminals back on the street that caused a lot more crime. Wow, that was a great job, Mr. Mayor.
Thousands of essential workers did protest Thursday outside Gracie Mansion, fighting Mayor de Blasio's deadline for city employees to get the COVID shot by 5 p.m. Friday or don't get paid.
I think that it's extraordinarily short-sighted to take people who just had a ticker-take parade for a few short months ago and cast them aside.
As it stands,
Listen to these numbers right now.
65% of firefighters are currently vaccinated, 67% of sanitation workers, 78% of cops, and 80% of EMS.
You can't beat those. Now, those are not. I could understand if he was like 30 or 40, like I said, but those are high numbers. Let the herd slow down. Take. Let herd immunity take over. Those are high numbers. You like just like where we have 73 to 77% for the whole country, and Biden said he wants 98. You're not getting 98 by the probability of statistical number. You can't get 98. Jeez, 80. Those are some good numbers right there. And nope.
This will be a death sentence to some people.
City officials are coming up with contingency plans to deal with a shortage of first responders next week. The FDNY expects to operate 20 fewer fire companies and 100 to 150 fewer ambulance tours per day.
We always showed up to work. We want to work, Mayor.
The mayor is not budging on the mandate's deadline. He says impacted agencies will use mandatory overtime, shift changes, Sunday trash collection, and cancel vacations to make up for the staffing shortage.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tom Mustin.
Shut up, Tom. So I got a question here. So you're going to take away people's vacations, overtimes. Vacation, and give them and say you will get and give them mandatory overtimes. I got a question for you, Mr. Mayor, which I know you don't care. So let me get this straight. So I got the vaccine, so I could keep my job, but then you're gonna work me like a pack mule. Oh well, you know what that means? I quit. I'm gone. Here's my paper. Here's my number. I'm out of here. That's what's going to happen. That's why in August, we had 4.3 million workers walk off the job. Do you guys not see that? I don't know. You burning out the other people who you say who follow your rules. So you're punishing them too. And this is holiday season coming up, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Oh, and I can't have a vacation? Good. That's gonna end well. Let me show you how bad it's gotten after that situation as well, too.
Usually when we're talking about something and being a dumpster fire, we really just mean something like Joe Biden's economy is a dumpster fire, or the U.S. evacuation of Afghanistan is a dumpster fire. But kudos to Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York City, who just said, screw your euphemisms, let's make New York City into a literal dumpster fire, where they're laying off all these sanitation workers, where you're seeing just insane amounts of garbage just lining the streets of New York City, and also shutting down 5 new firehouses right now, which I believe is going to become 25 firehouses in the future, where when this stuff inevitably catches on fire, there will be no one to put it out. So looking at this insane video footage where this is just somebody from TikTok talking about, hey, if you want to move to New York City, look at it. Look at what's going on. And this is just an insane image of, what is this, the courtyard of her tiny apartment where it's just garbage littered everywhere. And the idea is today is October 29th, and this video was from October 18th. The shutdowns is going to occur on the 29th, and yet this was 10 days or 11 days before that. It's only going to get worse. You're looking at this video footage from Leroy Press or Leroy Johnson on Twitter, and he's just walking around New York City, and it's just garbage everywhere, piling up in Brooklyn, and it's just crazy. It's only going to get worse right now. You're seeing the video images from, this was Jeff Novick, where this is a commercial area in New York, and it's just terrible, and it's only going to get worse. You have this video footage from AFP news agency where they say the October 29th vaccine mandate deadline looms, and it's just residential areas, commercial areas, everywhere has garbage piling up. So the article from NBCnews.com talking about how trash piles up as vaccination deadline looms for New York City workers. So look at this insane article they wrote. It says, trash piled up in parts of New York City on Thursday.
And let's listen to the mental gymnastics. That's why I said the mainstream is all about.
As garbage collection slowed ahead of the deadline for city workers to get vaccinated, missed collections were reported in Staten Island and Brooklyn. Okay, and it says, Mayor Bill de Blasio, who announced last week that city workers were required to have at least one dose of the vaccine by Friday at 5 p.m. or be placed on unpaid leave, which is today. He said supervisors at that department of sanitation will not allow miscollections to continue. So how are they going to do that realistically? So de Blasio states, anyone who's not doing their job, you're harming your fellow sanitation workers, you're harming your neighbors, you're harming your city, and it's time to stop. And it's this crazy thing where Mayor de Blasio is coming off like every villain in every Lifetime movie where they say, you know, I'm not hurting you, you're making me hurt you. You know, you're making this happen because you're not doing what I tell you to do because I'm some sort of tyrant that tells you how to take care of your health right now. It's insane that it's getting this bad right now. And the idea that, you know, he's promising, you know, I will not allow miscollections to continue. Well, if you couldn't do it with full strength, how are you going to do it when you're cutting off? I don't know what the percentage of your sanitation workers aren't vaccinated right now, but if you cripple your workforce and the ones left behind are going to be upset that you crippled the workforce, I don't see how this gets any better. But reading on in this article, it says, city workers from other departments have protesting the mandates, with hundreds of New York Fire Department employees rallying in front of the mayor's residence. And now you see this tweet from Joe Brunelli where it says 5 fire departments of New York firehouses were closed today due to staffing shortages. And he says E73, L42, E92, 93, L34, and SQ 41, where he says he's also told 2 injured civilians associated with E92 being closed. And you saw this video from Scootercaster talking about how there was a 3-alarm fire that concerned multiple buildings in Brooklyn and multiple explosions were heard, reports of 2 people being injured. And this is from freedomnews.tv. And I always say, go check them out. They do some great coverage. But you have this giant fire over there, and who's going to put it out right now? Because it's this thing where you saw these protests, and I'll put the video link in the description over here, or probably up above right now, of all these fire department workers, whether they're vaccinated or they're not vaccinated, they're all coming together saying no more mandates. And it's just this crazy thing of, does Mayor Bill de Blasio think that, one, he's going to be able to solve this problem doing the same thing that got him in this issue, or 2, does he really think that if you have this much garbage in your courtyard right now and you're thinking, wow, I'm glad nobody unvaccinated is coming up to pick up this garbage because I'd rather have this heap of just a horrendous smell outside my door that's just...
And the thing about it too, that right there causes more problems. Ask San Francisco, they have the Black Plague, which is way more deadly than the daggone COVID. But who am I to say anything? You got rats. The guy said that you got raccoons. You got raccoons. You got possums. You got rats who carry diseases coming around, cockroaches, all that stuff. Like, oh my goodness, there's a reason why I said leave the cities. I am not. I lived in the city for a while, and I said, nope, I'm out. Y'all can keep it. Not my thing. I'm out of there. And oh yeah, talk about that, which I didn't talk about. Here's another thing that they didn't talk about. Let me see. They defund the police, and here's the thing. I have no problem against reforming the police. We need to do that, cause again, but we also, everybody said there's no evil comes in all shapes, color, race, creed, make no difference, even occupations. They're evil doctors, they're evil firefighters, they're evil politicians, they're evil janitors. They're evil's evil. But they put it, I forgot what I say, like in Seattle, Minnesota, where this whole thing happened, Ohio, Philadelphia, all of them had defund the police on the ballot, and every one of them got shut down. Every one of them got shut down. Everybody voted, no, you ain't going to do that, because who's going to protect us? Just like the guy just said with the fire department. 1. 2, 80% of the people who voted for that to do, because remember, they were saying, oh, this is the bad thing for black people, blah, blah, blah. Black people voted to keep the police, because they know what's going on outside of their doors. Hell, I came home, and you know what? I saw 2 cop cars, around. I'm like, you know what? I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel nothing. I was just like, as long as there's nothing crazy that involved my house or anything, I don't care about that, which it didn't. So yeah, and there are officers in this neighborhood where I live at. So heck, they're black ones and they're white ones. So heck, whatever. But they know what's going on. I've shown you the videos of where the black people's like we need the cops. But the white people's like, oh, you don't need the cops. Let's take away the cops. You don't need the cops. Cops are beating you, whatever. Okay, let's say the cops from your neighborhood. Oh, no. We need our cops. Okay, how about you? Well, we will defund the cops, but I want the cops to become my personal bodyguard. Really, your personal bodyguard. That's why I was laughing when people when you hear celebrities like, yeah, get rid of the cops, but you have personal bodyguards with your guns. I showed you the video with some of these guys, even people at the Oscars. They have guys out there with full body suits and everything. But we, the regular, unwashed masses, nope, we can't have that. That's a no-no. That's a no-no, of course. Let's see if we could do. So now you got that. So I wanna play a little bit of Luis, like I was saying before. No, it was not Luis that I was talking about, but I want to play a little bit of his video because, like I said, these are people who actually live in New York, and it's already crazy in New York. That's why I don't want to live in cities like New York, San Francisco, all that stuff like that. Never would I.
Changes people's perception of the city, nor do I think this is something to really worry about or something that's going to last, and I want to go over why. When it comes to changing the perception of the city, or Lewis, now there's going to be trash everywhere. What do you think of that? I mean, that's kind of how it was before this, man. So before there was any sort of protest on this, this is what it's like to just walk around South Williamsburg, or the area around South Williamsburg or North Bed-Stuy. So take a look at this. This is a normal thing to see while you're walking on the side of the street. Just, a sign that's tipped over and a bunch of trash everywhere. If you take a look, let's just say in an area that's closer to my apartment, I'm just walking down the street. This was left like this for 3 days. Again, several weeks before there was any sort of protest from city workers on this, you had this, and this was left here for quite a while. This is quite normal in New York City. There's trash everywhere, and it often doesn't get picked up or collected. Over here, you can see this is a public trash can. Put litter in its place. You have the residents that treat the area like shit and toss stuff everywhere, and then you have the Department of Sanitation that says if the residents are going to treat everything like shit, then, well, why should I bother?
Human nature. What I've always talked about, human nature. And you think that everything will go top. Oh, let's get everybody electric cars. Have you know what goes into electric cars? Do people have the knowledge to work on electric cars? Do all of that? Do they gonna take care of cars that don't make no more problems? It's human nature.
And pick it up. This is something that's been going on for, as I imagine, as long as New York City has existed, or at the very least as long as I've been here. When it comes to business trash, you have to pay extra for that to be collected. So the Department of Sanitation does not pick up business trash. I have to pay a private carting company. And my experience over the past 10 years is that they will often skip pickup for no good reason. I have played musical chairs with carting companies, going and trying all different carting companies in the city. Here is one from Mr. T Carting. I said, do not use Mr. T Carting for business trash pickup in Manhattan. I stand by that statement because they would routinely do this to us, where they would not pick up the trash. We would come in the next day, and the trash would be sitting right in front of the store. Now, many of you ask, why do you just put your trash in the street? That's insane. Well, in other areas of the country, what people tend to do is they have a commercial building. In the back of the commercial building, there'll be a dumpster, and they will put everything there, and then the trash will be picked up from the back of the building by the commercial dumpster.
Which is true, because that's where we were in office building I work out of, doing architecture and everything else. That's what they do. We have a dumpster to not the back of the building, but to the side or whatever. And yeah, we have cardboard with trash. They come take up the dumpster, put the trash in there. But New York and San Francisco, no. San Francisco, they put way more trash on there. Hell, they got people pooping in the streets. That's why they have the poop squad. And in New York, as Luis is gonna show you, well, tell you.
In New York City, there is no behind the building, because behind your building is another building, and in front of that building is a sidewalk. So you don't really have the space for that in New York City the way that you do at many other businesses. We don't have like parking lots and stuff like that in Manhattan. So the way that you deal with your trash is you put it out in bags and boxes on the sidewalk after you're done with the day, so when you close, and then you tell the carting company that you have what your hours are, and they will have a route, and they'll pick up your garbage an hour or two after you close, sometimes 3 or 4 hours depending on your closing time. This is what usually happens. And you're supposed to put nice little a thing, a little certificate or something on your door that says that you have a licensed garbage company to pick up your trash. Now, what winds up happening a lot of the time is they just don't pick it up. It's like, LOL, my bad. And what happens the next morning, if your trash is still there, the Department of Sanitation finds the business. This is how you know this is a racket in New York City. They do not fine the garbage carting company that is on their certificate on the door for not doing the job that they were paid to do. The garbage company doesn't get fined. The business owner does. So when Mr. T does not pick up the garbage like they did in this video, which, by the way, happened very often when I was dumb enough to use Mr. T carting, I would wind up paying hundreds of dollars to the Department of Sanitation in fines because the Department of Sanitation rides around the city the next morning, tries to see who has garbage on there, and then fines the business owner. Again, not the carting company that didn't do their job, the business owner. And this is something that happens very often for me. And now one of the things that I think is going to wind up happening here is that this may actually be a way for New York City to increase its revenue and fines by going around and then fining people. So the Department of Sanitation does not pick up garbage from a particular apartment complex. I would not be surprised if then a supervisor from the Department of Sanitation decided to drive by and look at that apartment complex, see that the garbage was, there in an unsavory way, and then actually fine people. This is what New York City does. This is a video that I did a while back where I was talking about a fine that I got from New York City. This happened this year. This video is Rant New York City is begging business owners to leave. There is a rule that says that if I am buying laptops from customers, I need to enter them into a Leads Online database. I don't buy laptops from customers. I don't engage in that business. I'm not a pawn shop. If people leave a device here for 2 to 4 years and never pick it up in spite of my calling, emailing, and text messaging them, after a few years, I will finally put that laptop for sale, as it says in the customer agreement that they sign in the beginning. So I'll put that in the window. I didn't buy it from the customer, and often, admittedly, these laptops are not laptops I even got from customers. They're devices that I assembled from parts that I have in the store. I have records for the devices that I sell where it shows that it was left here, how it was left here. Do you think the city cares? No, of course they don't. They say, we're going to fine you anyway.
Because it's all about that lovely little money.
Taxes! Beautiful, lovely taxes!
Thanks for taking my money, asshole.
Exactly. So that's how that works out. But before I'm going to finish up this right here, I want to play this for you because this irks me, and I'll let it go a little different. But this is why I say I do not speak for black people, and black people do not speak for me. Now, here's a video from a group who Black Woman Views. Okay. It's not Black Woman View. A Black Woman View. A Black Woman View is Black Women Views. All right, that's what it is. Let's listen to this, and I'm gonna play you something. Because y'all need to, again, this is going back to the whole thing about the reparations thing. Let's listen to this.
Here we go with the bullshit. I'm already seeing people, chaos agents, trying to run with this misinformation, disinformation campaign that President Biden is paying quote unquote reparations to immigrants impacted by Donald Trump's child separation policy. Now, I know the reason why they chose the word reparation.
Let me say this right here. That Donald Trump separated. The separation, again, happened underneath Obama. The children in cages was pictures was under President Obama and Joe Biden. I've proven that many times. And again, there's a reason why they do it. I'm gonna play you why they do it, and I'm not against that. And that's why it ticks me off when Obama's like, "Oh, well, Trump did." No, it was you who did it, and there's a good reason why you do. Why you guys could just say the reason and just move on? There's a reason why you do it, but no, y'all just trying to play this nonsense game. So it's not Trump, ma'am. It's not. It happened under Bush. It happened, and it get escalated under Obama, and Trump did it. And Biden's even doing horrible worse than this because they're not even in cages. They're under bridges and overpass because of so many people just out there in their own filth. That's helpful.
reparations is because they want to draw a juxtaposition between the fact that American descendants of slaves, of enslaved people, have not gotten reparations and try and make it.
And who stopped that? I've said it many times. It was the Democrats who stopped that.
See, I'm like, look, Joe Biden is giving immigrants reparations before they give black people reparations. Where is our reparations at? Joe Biden ain't doing shit for black people. That's what they're trying to evoke and get people all ginned up about. Well, here are the facts.
Oh, this is going to be great. All right, lady. Let's hear the facts.
The fact is, for one, we don't even know if it's true. This is what the Wall Street Journal is reporting. That's
no, there are multiple people that in the Wall Street Journal, but again, I'll play a clip afterwards to tell that because she's playing that game.
Being considered, okay? It's not even a done deal. But what we
know
it's not
a done deal. It's
is that there were
considered,
over 5,000 people who were impacted by Donald Trump's inhumane and cruel child separation policy.
How about the multiple millions before him did that when Obama did that?
Now, I know y'all motherfuckers ain't out there arguing that it
why y'all gotta be cursing? Dang it, I'm sorry about that.
was okay to separate these families.
They're not. Half of them are not families. Half of them are the coyotes. Well, again, the clip will explain everything.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Now, there are hundreds, over 900 lawsuits, claims that have been filed against the United States government, claiming a number of things. The average payout being requested from lawsuits is $3.4 million. So what the Biden-Harris administration is considering is setting up a settlement system in which a family would be paid up to $1 million or $450,000 per person if only one person is involved.
Don't you think that's kind of insane? And also, they broke the law. How the hell you broke the law and you should get money? That don't make no sense to me, ma'am. That's kind of crazy. I digress.
So, do the math. 450, 3.4 million. Also, do the math. How much does it take to litigate these cases? It's not free to defend the United States government against lawsuits. Okay? So, this is an orderly and a timely and a more economical solution to the fact that hundreds, if not thousands of lawsuits are being filed against the United States or have been filed against the United States. Now, it may not, they've thrown out a number of up to $1 billion. It may not be that much, depending on how many people actually file a claim. That has to happen. So, this isn't a matter of reparations. It's not a matter of, look at Joe Biden doing something for immigrants and he ain't doing nothing for black people. It's a matter of settling lawsuits against the U.S. government, period.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Why the heck? Okay, let's play this tangible. The orange bat, the badge orange man. Let's go with a part where you said that they're not. This is not for real. Let's do that. You said this is not for real, right? I'm gonna go with you with that. Let's go with that. This is somebody asking Joe Biden about this. It's not real, he says.
As you were leaving for your overseas trip, there were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report?
Yeah.
Okay.
$450,000 per person. That's not going to happen.
Yes, it is, according to the ACLU, who saw that exchange and have a new press release out where they say President Biden may not have been fully briefed about the actions of his very own Justice Department. And they go further, saying that if what he told me is true, that those $450,000 payments to separated migrants are not going to happen, then he is abandoning a core campaign promise to do justice for the thousands of separated families. Brett there is reporting in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal that those payments are due to be finalized by the end of this month.
End of this month. Considering not happening, not by the ACLU is not. And this is the part that let me help Miss
migrants are not going to happen. Then he
because he gotta do that. I hate that. And I want to play this little clip right here because people, so ma'am, since you're Oh, it's so horrible. So horrible. It's so horrible. That what the Trump minister did. You know why? And again, Obama did this too. You know why they did this? Let me help you. What they did this.
Venezuela with an injured leg and a 2-year-old daughter across the Rio Grande is not a relative. He charges them $700 each. The traffickers snap pictures for their bosses, proof of delivery of fragile human packages. Along the U.S.-Mexico border, it is the strong who profit off the weak. At an immigration checkpoint, border agents found a young child inside a duffel bag, barely able to move. No means of exiting the bag on her own. Oh, man.
Okay. Let me see. Hispanics doing that to Hispanics. You heard that. 60% of the kids who came around with the people, they're not their biological family members. That's why they take them so they can get a test to make sure they're the same people. So they're not drug traffickers, let alone sex traffickers, which I hated, sex slaves. That's why they do it. Obama did it, and I'm not against it because that's a logical reasoning, you crazy lady. That's the reason they did it. And Trump did it. And Biden should be doing it. These people are not the biological of these kids. They're literally using the kids as pack mules to get across, which is bad, or they're smuggling, using them to be smuggle patsies, or they are sex slaves. Yes, that's a horrible thing to put these kids through just for this nonsense. That's the problem. You heard what a person just said. They found a little girl in a trash bag, barely moving. And they don't care. People are paying $700 to do that. That is despicable and horrible, you crazy lady. But y'all don't care about that. That's the part that always kill me. So yes, it is as Joe Biden, and that's the scary part. Joe don't even know what's going on in his own administration. I'm sorry. I have to be honest with you. I don't think he ain't running jack squat. Somebody, like I said, the Justice Department is doing this on without his knowledge. Literally, you heard the clip. So that's how crazy things are getting now. Yeah, just like how you just said, Dick Cheney ran over Bush. In some cases, he did. Because again, I have a clip of Dick Cheney, point by point, exactly, back in 1991, said, if we took out Saddam Hussein, this gonna happen. And he did that in 2001. And every single thing he said happened. Every single thing. The only difference is because he was making money. It's all about the money.
It's getting somebody to unlock the door on the inside and let you in, as opposed to breaking in.
Okay, fair enough. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah. And the other thing, so you're the sort of person that has this power, and you don't want to use it to mess with the election.
I want money.
You threw out a tweet from Donald Trump on election day.
That won't get me money.
Early in the morning.
But I want money.
That's true. It wouldn't get you money, but man, you could have an effect on the election.
I don't want an effect. I want money.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And people going to play these stupid games. Nope. And it is right. It's kind of weird. Again, Asians, Japan got their reparations. The Chinese got their reparations. Again, the black people came over here that were slaves. Nope. Oh yeah, when they got the Dixiecrats stopped them by putting in a filibuster so they could not get reparations. But people who are not citizens, who never paid in the system, walk over getting $450,000. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. That's good. That's a good thing. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. So when I see what happened in Virginia, ain't nothing I could do but laugh. That's for me. Ain't nothing I could do but laugh. because it's crazy. Same thing with Atlanta Braves. Again, happy you guys won that. That is good because it's just crazy how these people do it. Poetic Justice to show them that, oh, this is stopping black people. Black people, we gotta stop being used as pack mules. They have to be used as patsies. That's all I'm saying. But if y'all don't want to do it, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it to my kids if I get kids, and I'm doing it to nobody else. I'm going to be my own person. That's why I was telling you, protect yourself first, then your family, then your neighbors, then your community, because that's the only way. Because right now the system is bucking up. They are bucking against it, and things are going crazy. So for me, hey, Dems, go right ahead. Keep on talking that nonsense. Keep talking what's on Twitter. That's why I'm not on Twitter at all. Y'all could go with that. Please go ahead, enjoy it, have fun with it. Me, not gonna go down that route with y'all at all. Just crazy. So, with that said, guys, hope you guys have a good weekend. Let me see here as usual. Let me check out the numbers here we got. Because again, I want to thank you guys for giving me a shot, your time and ear in this situation. Okay, 26,220. Thank you again. People at FM, people for live, people from Facebook, people from YouTube, people from Twitch. Thank you guys for giving your time, your ears, and your eyes to see what's going on in the world. Again, tomorrow we're gonna have a short version of it, but we're gonna have the side chat. Hope you guys jump in, see what it's all about. Come on in, you're welcome to listen to what it is. And again, put up your topics that you want to talk about in the chat, so go about it. Other than that, I want you guys to have a good weekend. For those who don't know, this Sunday coming up is time fall back. So if you're in America, who are watching this in America, time fall back. So yeah, you call it, the clock's gonna fall back. So get ready for that. You get an extra hour of sleep, which I like it, and I hope you like it as well too. So keep out for that. But I hope you guys got a good weekend. It's getting cold out there. Fall is in, man. Yeah, it's a little nippy. So with that said, have yourself a good night. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, occupation, party, height, gender, nation, location. It makes no difference. Evil is evil. All right? And you already don't see what's going on. The rich gonna stay rich. The poor gonna see fighting for the crumbs, and the middle class is gonna get effed over. That's what's going on. But it is where it is. Last but not least, remember, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Please be that smart individual. That's the way I can help you out. Remember that. All right? Peace out. Have a good night. And we'll catch you on the flip side.